Buhari attacks Sowore as he celebrates activist Shitu. President Muhammadu Buhari, with his media spin doctors, cannot just get over the irritant activist and revolutionary convener Omoyele Sowore as he greeted another activist, Comrade Amitolu Shitu, on his 55th birthday. In a message, Buhari contrasted Shitu's peaceful advocacy for a better society without playing to the gallery or with any self-promotion and personal aggrandizement. Expatiating on the contrast further, Buhari offers his definition of what activism should be. In his words, he said, activism is not the same thing as anarchy or fomenting insurrection. The statement by Femi Adesina, the media advisor, said, Sowore, Sahara Reporters publisher and a failed presidential candidate in the 27 February election, had mobilized Nigerians for street protest to demand a revolution in Nigeria on August 5th. On 3rd August, DSS operatives plucked him off in Lagos and detained him. In defiance of two bails given by the court, his illegal detention became a huge international embarrassment for the Buhari's administration. On Christmas Eve, Justice Minister Abubakar Malami ordered the DSS to release him, along with former National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki, detained since December 2015. Since then, Aso Rock spin doctors have not stopped attacking Sowore. President Buhari wished Amitolu Shitu, who is 55, greater years of service to the fatherland. Buhari praised him as an irrepressible social activist and saluted his sense of commitment to a better society, which he resolutely advocates without playing to the gallery. The president recalls Amitolu's long and close relationship with human rights lawyer Chief Gani Fawemi, rising to become deputy national chairman of the National Conscience Party (NCP), and lauds him for keeping the memory of his mentor evergreen. That is what Buhari said. Now, when you look at this comment, you will realize that this man that he's talking about is somebody that has kept so quiet. They want someone that will not push them too much, someone that they can give some few amount of money. What happened to even the Fawemi? He was murdered. So I think these people, they cannot have too much of truth. What they need is someone that can, rub them a little bit, blow them a little bit of wind here and there and stuff like that. That's what it is. They don't want a voice that is as loud as Omoyele Sowore. They don't want a voice that is as loud as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are people that have ideologies that are productive. It's just that in this contraption called Nigeria, it is very difficult for you to sit people that are tyrants down and speak to them so that they can reason properly and put things right. The only language they understand is violence, violence, violence. And Omoyele Sowore never called for violence. He said peaceful protest. This administration, if we all come out to the streets, these people realize that this administration is an administration that condones corruption. This is an administration that does not obey the rule of law. That is all it is. Let us all come out. So some people started reading too much meaning to what he said, that he said Nigeria is going to stop existing and all of those stories that we heard here and there. He said that is what he said. So simply put, he wants to unseat a democratically elected government. A democratically elected government. And back in those days, the same Buhari ousted out a democratically elected government. And he got in there. He didn't spend too much time because he was also kicked out. He was locked up for the actions that he took. So when you look at all of these activities and everything, you would wonder how these people, how they come up with many of these activities and actions that they come up with sometimes, and the speech that they oftentimes come out to make. The same Buhari protested. He protested. He said words that are hurtful, words that people would term as anarchy, treason. He said a lot of things. In fact, he even said that Nigeria, listen to me, Egypt will be a paradise compared to what is going to happen in Nigeria. And He was also tear gassed and all of that. And when he saw someone like Nnamdi Kanu, when he saw someone like Sowore, when he saw all of these people, I thought he would have had this kindred spirit. Like, you know what? I think these people have the same kind of ideology. It's just their manner of approach is quite different. I have done mine this way. So let me call these people. Let us sit down and talk about this and say, okay, what is it that you need? What is it that you want? What are the things that you want us to look into? That is my own expectation, and that is what I thought. But unfortunately, well, that is not the case. The only thing they want is their own. They only want their own government. They find a way of getting there, and they believe that no other person is fit to tell them anything because they want to remain there. It's only about them. And when you look at them, one would have thought, oh, maybe they are managing and they are working on these things well, but they are not actually managing and working on anything well. They are simply liars. They are simply tyrants. What a shame. What a shame. So, guys, I don't know what else we want to say about such statements from Buhari. I don't know why he feels that Nigerians, well, there are some Nigerians that really care about such utterances from this president. I don't think a reasonable person will care about such utterances. Why is there trying to? We are talking about someone that got international award. We are talking about someone that is going to fly down to America to pick up the award, or his wife is going to pick up. We are talking of international recognition in the United States of America, and he's here talking about someone, and he's here talking about someone that has become an apologist and is no longer an activist. Any activist that has the support of government is no longer an activist, is simply an apologist, because activists, all you do is to look into the government, criticize them constructively, and protest when they need be. That is what an activist is, to look into. But when the government begins to smile at an activist, then you know that there is something really wrong. There's something really wrong. You know what this government is not happy about is that Sowore survived. Their thought is that Sowore would have died, or something would have happened to him, or he would have collected bribe from them. But unfortunately, that is not so. That is not so. The government is now praising Chief Gani Fawemi that is dead. What a pity. Someone that they were involved that they know all what they did. So guys, it's a plain truth. It's a plain truth that this activist that is mentioning, talking about the Shitu and the other likes of them, they are all sellouts and they are eating from the crumbs that falls from the table of their master. That is just my one take about it. I don't see them as activists any longer, because if they are activists, I would have heard their voices when Sowore was detained. I would have heard them speak truth to power now. Would have known who he is more and more. But we don't hear them. Let's say they are tired, they are old, and they decide like, okay, you know what? These ones are tired, they are no longer speaking truth to power. So let me just use this man to shade Sowore. This is Showore's time. That was Shitu's time. He will speak. This is Nnamdi Kanu's time. They will speak. This is Deji Adeyanju and the rest of them. They will speak. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. All platforms will be used to speak against tyranny, speak against any form of autocracy, nepotism that is being practiced in this administration. We thought that he would come and fulfill the mandate of dealing with corruption. But unfortunately, he feels that the only way he can deal with corruption is to allow some money to be taken in some corners, and he will keep quiet and act like he can't see. Then there are some groups of people that he want to talk. Most of the time, what you hear them is talk about is the past administration, past administration, past administration, past administration. So what are you doing? Oh, is the past administration that caused it? We have to recover from the effect of the past administration. We have to do this and that. Yes, there are challenges, there are issues on ground, because you just don't solve certain things just within seconds. I mean, economic issues and money that's been stolen. But then, we know these people. Ordinary Nigerians know them as they meet Nigerians ordinary when you are supposed to be more important. They know these people, yet they are not allowed. They are not allowing themselves to prosecute these people. I thought Buhari would have prosecuted these criminals that are in Nigeria. Prosecuted them hardly. We know them. They are military generals. I thought he would have done so, but what he wants is to look for some people that are protesting, look for one or two few people, use them as scapegoat, and put them on the line. So guys, that is what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow together by just simply tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. This We'll definitely alert you whenever our videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.